Hi everybody, it is Dreadball Second Edition week here on beasts-of-war.com, and we have 3 amazing launch bundles up for grabs. In this epic gaming set, you have the chance to win the Dreadball Second Edition core game, the Collector's Rulebook, the Limited Edition Blaine MVP, as well as the Galactic Tour expansion, the Events deck, the Matsudo Tectonics team, and the new Eden Revenants team. Don't miss your chance to win. Get your comments in on any of the Dreadball videos this week on beasts-of-war.com, YouTube, or Facebook.
Hello guys, and welcome to another team chat for Dreadball version 2. And today we're going to be talking about the new Eden Revenants. Now these guys are pretty cool.
Yeah, this is a very interesting team because these are almost like your undead team. Basically, the coach of these guys takes the dead players of the other teams and turns them into cyborgs.
Oh, that's sinister. Very
it is a bit creepy that they pretty much scoop up the bodies from the side of the pitch, tuck them into a van, probably put them in a shed somewhere, and then they come out with all the different arms, the robotic arms, and things like that. So yeah, they're a really interesting team actually.
So what you're saying is that Dreadball players, when they sign for the length of their contract, they really need to check the fine print.
Yeah, in the fine print it says you will be brought back as a member of the new Eden Revenants.
Death does not equal freedom in this case.
The only kind of downside of being reanimated is that although they're obviously based on existing players in other teams, they're not quite as good. So if they were very skillful, they'll lose a bit of that, or they might lose a bit of their speed, obviously, because now they're kind of shambling around a bit. They're not quite zombies, but then sometimes their circuitry doesn't quite work as well as it used to, so they will be kind of a little bit slower.
Well, let's have a look at what they come like in the box. So, boom, nice purple plastic, but look at them. I love the orc.
So there's a real mix of different players here, because like I was saying, because they can be from any team in the book, it means that for this team they've kind of picked and choose from different ones. So that is the orc.
Yep. We have a siren in here as well, I think.
That's the Void Siren. Yeah. So she is a former Void Siren, now reanimated as a member of the new Eden Revenants.
She's one of the strikers as well, I think, if I remember right.
So she'll be a Jack, that one.
Okay, she's a Jack. Yeah. This one.
That's right, she's a Kalishi. Kalishi striker.
They're one of the other alien
so they're part of the
teams?
Asterian race. She is in the Kalishi team, she's very, very quick, but she's now gone down to speed 5, which still isn't too shabby.
No.
A Judwan. So again, these are very, very good at striking. And they're quite nippy as well. Actually, they used to be quite nippy. Now he's on 4. So you'll see that they're quite a slow team due to the reanimation process.
I want us to talk about this guy, though.
So he's nameless.
I know this guy is quite special.
Yeah, so what you'll find we've kind of gone through the 2 basic teams. The kind of Matsudo are also a bit more of the complex teams. These guys are probably one of the more advanced teams. When you're coming into Dreadball Second Edition, because there are quite a lot of rules to learn. Because obviously you're using different stats and different players from different teams, they've all got different things. So they do share some common abilities. So you've got something called Quick Recovery. And that's basically to reflect the fact that they are kind of undead. So it's hard to kill them. It's hard to kill them again.
Redeadify.
Rededify. That is now the official term.
Another term we've coined.
Megadedify.
Keeping with it.
I'm going to make a note of that in my book. There we go. They've got quick recovery. So it means that even if you send them off you injure them for normally what would be 3 turns, they actually only go down for 1. So they're very, very hard to take out. And it means they're coming back up. They're kind of, it's a bit like in those zombie movies where they just keep on coming.
Now, these are cyborgs. You know what you should have called that rule? I'll be back.
So there would have been some licensing issues.
Just reword it to, I don't know, we're coming again. Be there shortly.
There we go. Be there shortly.
Be back shortly.
It's not quite as menacing, isn't it?
No. Back in 5 minutes.
Back in 5 minutes.
BRB.
And they've also got something called Won't Stay Down, which again reflects that kind of ability that you can keep on punching them, they'll just keep on getting back up. And that means they get a +1 modifier to standing up. So that is something that all the team gets. But then on top of that, you've got different abilities. So like the nameless guy that you were showing then, he's got a couple of abilities called Gotcha and Reach, and they are very, very nasty. That combo is very, very nasty. So Reach means that his threat X is actually, instead of just being in front of him, actually got an extra layer. So he's got a reach of 2.
Yeah.
So those big long tentacles.
And we've seen through some of the games we played, that's like those threat hexes are incredibly important when you're trying to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we had a game, that guy didn't have to do anything really the whole game. He just sat down and completely denied the rear scoring.
He's area control.
Yeah.
He's great at that. You know, because if you're moving around those kind of areas, you would have to evade.
Yeah.
So you potentially got the risk of falling out. Even if he's not doing anything, you're potentially going to fall over just by going near him.
But even if he's not guarding a goal zone, he would make excellent crowd control for like your striker or something. If he could keep up with your striker moving forward as like a double team.
Yeah, and he's tough as well. You know, he's got a strength of 4+, so he kind of can come in and tackle people as well. But like you say, just getting him to support. You know, getting him stood behind a striker or something like that is a really good tactic for him. Unfortunately, he is very, very slow. He's on 3. So planting him at the back of the field and kind of area denial is a good tactic for him. Almost like your goalkeeper, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. So let's move on and have a look at some of the images. Because we have some gorgeous minis to show off. And look at that guy.
Oh.
the studio paint job is fantastic on these. It really is.
I have to say, the cyborg orcs are some of my favourite models in this whole new range. They're glorious. Very disturbing, and yet still with that cartoony orc look.
Do you know what? I think any orc that has a bunch of pistons, pipes, and wires sticking out of it is just right.
Yeah.
It's embedded in our sci-fi love that if you see an orc, it's probably got some sort of prosthetic stuck onto it somehow.
True enough.
And Dave, the studio painter, has tried to take the colour schemes from the other teams. So for instance, the orcs are in the Green Moon Smackers.
Yeah.
So he's tried to kind of take a few of those colours, so like they have been like literally dragged off the pitch and putting some cybernetics on them. So yeah, you'll see a little of those hints of that.
Yep, and this one?
So here you can see you've got your Nameless with the tentacles, you've got the Judwan in the middle, and then you've got your Void Sirens.
I just actually noticed when you said that they were keeping their colours, you can actually see the siren still has a little touch of the pink.
A little bit of the pink,
Same for the Judwan with the slightly bluish armour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's fantastic work. Really beautiful models when you see them like in that well done.
Yeah, this is one of the most individualistic factions, for want of a better word. There is a real difference between them all. Yeah.
So like I say, it is kind of one of those teams. It's particularly good for experienced Dreadball players who have maybe used a lot of the other teams. Yeah. Because what you can actually do with these guys is, although we've got the suggested team here, you can create a totally unique team from scratch. Yeah. Because again, like I was saying, the idea is that they're reanimated Dreadball players. So the idea is the coach for these can actually grab any dead players he wants and turn them into cyborg players. So they have a special rule in their team, which means you could take, a Void Siren Jack or a guard, one of the Forge Fathers, and actually bring them into this team. What they'll do is they'll lose a bit of their speed, so they'll slow down. But yeah, that's a really kind of great opportunity for someone to create their own totally unique cyborg team.
That is brilliant.
I've just realised.
What?
I want to play Void Sirens.
Yeah?
I could have a second team that's like the undead Void Sirens.
So if you're not doing very well in the league, you can bring them back into the undead team.
No, that's a fun idea. My team did so badly, but now they're back.
So in one league you could have played the Void Sirens, in the next league they're the kind of undead Void Sirens.
Wow, that's a very harsh contract.
But yeah, I mean, I think what I'm really looking forward to kind of seeing is the kit bashing opportunity for this, is because people can create obviously their own guys as well. And actually there's some existing stuff that we've got in the Dreadball range for the Rotec Brutes as well.
You better show it off.
Well, you can actually have a look actually. But these guys, these parts are already available for one of the robot teams.
Yep. So this particular team is basically made from whatever you have. Yeah. Essentially, so you can just. That is so cool.
I want to see one rocky around on that mono wheel.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're happy to kind of kit bash and you've got some old Dreadball teams lying around, you can kind of hack them to bits, put put a different arm on them, put that mono wheel on. That'd be really awesome, actually.
It would be awesome.
To see like something like the Ralarat, which is the frog striker from the Rebs.
I love that
on
guy.
A mono wheel.
He's a great little guy.
Yeah. So I think particularly with the cyborgs, I'm really looking forward to see what people can do.
Now you just reminded me. I've got Zor.
Yes.
Team
Yeah, the bug
around.
team. Yeah.
I've got a team of bugs knocking around back home. Maybe this would be an opportunity.
Yeah, you could bring them out. You could bring them out again for this one.
Butcher them and revive them.
Yeah. So I think, and the interesting thing is they all keep their abilities. So with the Void Sirens, they've got extended interference. She's still got extended interference when she's a cyborg.
Yeah.
So there is an opportunity to do some interesting combos there, particularly with like things like the Gotcha and the Reach.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. I think there could be some really, really nasty cyborg teams when people are going to get grips with them and see what they can do.
I hope so.
Shall we have a look at the minis that we've had the opportunity to use?
Yeah.
So
I especially want to look at these because one problem that I did think of when this team appeared was they're all so individualistic. It's difficult to tell who's a jack and who's a guard and who's a striker.
Yes, good point. Yeah. So these are painted by Martin at our work. This is the team he was going to play in our league, but then he got tempted by the Teratons, the teleporting space turtles.
every time you say that, it's brilliant.
Yeah, every time he says that, something sparks in my brain.
So what he's done here is, and you'll find a lot of people actually do this in different ways. You can see the little dots on the bases.
Yeah.
So he's used like green for the strikers, yellow for the jacks, and red for the guards. So what a lot of people did actually in first edition is their threat hexes, because now you've got these new style bases in Dreadball Second Edition, which the grooves at the front. What people would do is they would mark their threat hexes with the colour of that kind. So you'd find guards would obviously be red. So the front three threat hexes would be red. That was a really useful way for you to remember what the team, what a player was, and also for your opponent to see, oh, okay, well, that's a guard. So yeah, kind of having the little marks on there is actually really useful and is a good way to distinguish them. And because you might remember, I've got this player from the Rebs team. I can't quite remember what he is. Oh, and you look at the dot, and he's a guard or a jack or something like that.
Yeah, very useful to know.
So what? I was trying to think here of what to say. What would be the tactical tips for these guys? I know they are a very individual team, and there's going to be a lot of people, like you say, with the kitbashing. There's going to be a lot of weird combinations coming together.
I hope so.
Yeah. But off the basics, what would you say? How would you suggest to play these guys?
Okay, so like you say, these are a very unique team. But I think you've got things like we were talking about there, the nameless guard. He's really slow, so he's not going to be getting around the pitch much, but he is great at area denial. Yeah, keeping him in the back or keeping him in the middle of the field, so that you do have that risk of potentially running past him and falling over. So he's very good at that. You've got the Void Sirens. She's got that extended interference. So there's a move in the game called running interference, which is one of the few moves you can do in your opponent's go. Normally, a standard running interference is you can move one hex and then do something like a slam. Yeah. So basically, to try and stop them scoring, it's like a desperate kind of last move. With the extended interference, you can use any blue action card and you can do a full run. So the Void Sirens, what she got? She's got a move of 4, but it's not bad. And also, she can actually dash, I think, as well as part of that. So you've got that in there as well. You've also then got the Khaleesi Striker. She's pretty good at kind of getting around. Move of 5, which is not too shabby. She's also got a move called Acrobatic. And Acrobatic is if you double a dodge. So say Sam comes in with his Matsudo, he's trying to slam you. You dodge and you actually double it. So she's got an agility of 4+. So, you might do it.
Decent.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, the actual normal Khaleesi team is they're dodging on a 3+. Yeah. But obviously coming back, reanimates, she's lost that. But if you manage to do that, and you do double, then you can make a full move. So you can move 5 hexes, whereas normally you can only move 1. Yeah. So potentially, and things would really have to go
particularly
right.
well.
You could dodge an attack, go grab the ball in your opponent's go, and then go double it and then score. Yeah. So I think that will catch people unawares. I think that's a really good sneaky little tactic there.
The ability to draw abilities from other teams makes this a very versatile versatile team.
I dare say it may be offensive if I say it, but it feels a little like they're the pick and mix.
No, totally. Yeah, they absolutely are. Yeah,
you do get that slight hit for being undead, essentially. But you do get that sort of, right, well, for this team, what do I need? Oh, I need a bit of speed. Oh, I need a bit of agility. And you just can build the team. You can just look at the entire range.
Yeah, you could flick through this book and go, oh, I like that model.
I like that model.
I'm going to give it a robotic arm, and that's fine. There's definitely some options there to do that. And I think the only thing I would say is with the standard team is, we saw when you played in one of the games, is that those Orc guards hitting on threes are nasty.
Yeah, really nasty.
Yeah. So kind of clear them out the way, smash them down, and then kind of hopefully run around with a Khaleesi striker and score the goals.
Yeah, and if that game isn't out yet, that's a doozy.
Yeah, that was such a fun game.
If that game isn't up at the time this goes up, just you wait, because that was a doozy. I have plenty of tactical tips for playing this team in a game, and it is essentially punch them a lot, but don't forget about the ball.
I have one tactical tip for playing the Matsudo Tectonics against these guys. Don't roll like I did.
What he does in that game, don't.
Yeah. Hey, I won.
Oh, spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Oh.
Spoiler alert. It doesn't matter because, it was terrible dice anyway.
Yeah.
Right, so we've talked about your tactical tips, and we have one more model to show.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because these guys have a captain too.
Yeah.
And he's...
Oh, I like that.
This is Frank Burke. So let me have a look. So Frank Burke was an illicit arms dealer, in the most literal sense, selling black market body parts to willing buyers. So it's quite amusing, really, that he's actually come back as a member of the Cyborg team.
Probably wearing some of the parts he was trying to sell people as well.
Yeah. So again, like the rest of the team, he'll have quick recovery and won't stay down. He's also got can't feel a thing.
Yep.
So this player gains a +1 modifier to all armor tests.
So he's very tough.
Yeah, really, really tough to get off the pitch. And obviously quick recovery and won't stay down, and then a move called Illegal as well, which sounds very dodgy.
It does sound very dodgy.
Yeah.
What does Illegal do?
So let me have a look.
Oh.
So I'm going to flick through the book here. That's why I was saying it's very dodgy. So you can see there's quite a lot of abilities that people have gathered over the years. So let's look. So he is... No, I can't find it. This is typical. So illegal. Here we go. The player is completely unscrupulous and will do anything to win, including smuggling weapons onto the pitch.
Oh.
If this player makes a slam action, they may choose to either resolve it as normal or with a weapon. This must be declared before rolling any dice. If they resolve it with a weapon, then they get a +1 modifier to their slam, but the action is a foul. So basically, he'll bring a gun onto the pitch and try and shoot you with it.
This is when his wrist folds back and a gun fires out.
Yeah, so they can actually shoot an opposing player with a concealed ranged weapon as well. So that's a bit like the dodgeball foul. Yeah, so normally you can actually chuck the ball at someone to take them out.
Smack someone with it, but this one's just taking a gun out and going, nope.
Yeah. So that's quite an interesting.
Holy ref!
Yeah, he just shot me. And and the ref is probably looking the other way, completely oblivious.
The ref's watching the ball instead of the bullet.
Yeah.
The ref's been shot.
Yeah, so he could be quite nasty actually in a game. Particularly when you've got the orc guards there, he's going to be smashing people and he's going to be shooting them as well.
Well, this is an awesome team. This really is an awesome team. My number 2 on my top 3.
Yeah,
definitely. I've talked about my top 3 in one of the other videos.
So the Neobots are your number 2. These have now moved up since talking about them into the number 2 spot.
Since playing them, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my top 3.
Yeah.
In third is the Draconis.
Yeah. The Neobots. Yeah.
Yep. Second is these guys. First is the Sirens.
Okay.
Even though I haven't even had my hands on a proper Siren model or not looked at them beyond a little bit in the book and a lot on the website, I want them.
Yeah.
So that's my team.
Well, for me, first place, it's got to be the Matsudo Matsudo Tectonics.
Yep.
Second has to be the 9th Moon Tree Sharks.
Yep.
Got their name right.
Not the Stalkers.
Not the Stalkers, no. That's my team. And the third one, Teleporting Space Turtles.
Yeah. There you go.
So we've both picked 2 teams that we've actually had physically in our hands, and then one team that's an outlier going, that's so pretty.
Yeah. Or you like the moves, you're like, oh yeah, I like the idea of teleporting across the pitch. Yeah, I think for me it's the Matsudo Tectonics.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us and sharing your experiences and all your teams and team chats with us. And guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video as well and you've learned a little bit about the opportunities that there are for A, kit bashing, and B, making a team out of practically any model from the range, which is really, really cool. And if you guys are getting into this team, please get onto the forums and post some photos of what you create, because this could be absolutely amazing to see you guys out there in the community doing that. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Put your comments down below, and we'll see you again soon.
Hi everyone, we hope you're enjoying this themed week. Make sure you don't miss any of it by checking out the playlist, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button to ding our dong so you don't miss any of our videos. Also, come across and join us on beastofwar.com for more great gaming content and a fantastic community. Also, get your comments in for your chance to win.